dancer. You're a good dancer. Thanks. How's everybody? Good? I'm glad to hear it. Happy to hear it. So back at you, all the stuff that you just gave me, right back at you, and take it. Hold it. It feels good in here today. I was worried. Sometimes it's a little cold. It's not too cold for you, right? No, because you're all warmed up from dancing and everything. But I'll tell you, I like the cold a lot. I realize a lot of people complain that it's too cold in here sometimes, and I enjoy the cold, more so than the hot. If I have a choice, I'll take it cold because you can wear layers and you can always adjust. You just, as it gets warmer, you take the layers off. Although once you get down to your underwear, it's a misdemeanor. But it's getting cold in Los Angeles, finally. We don't really have seasons here, and it's starting to get a little bit chilly. And yesterday, it was just, it hailed, actually, or as I like to call it, rain on the rocks. And it's cold here, which I like so much. This morning, I did not want to get out of bed. That kind of thing where it's so warm in bed, and you know that the air is cold outside of the blankets. My nose was like a little ice cube, and it was wet, so it means I'm healthy. And I wish I could have just cuddled up with a blanket and watched BET all morning, but I couldn't do it. I had to get out of bed, I had to go to work, and it was cold. It was cold. I could see my own breath. And then I realized I was smoking a cigarette, but still, it was cold. The worst part about getting out of the bed and having to get ready in the morning to me is the shower, because it's not the shower. You look forward to the warm, warm shower, but it's that long walk across the cold tiles when it's cold early in the morning, and you're kind of not trying to touch as few tiles as you're tiptoeing like you're trying to sneak up on the bathroom almost. You're trying to, and when you get in the shower, you kind of hug yourself, you know, when you're in there. Not because you haven't seen yourself for a while, but you just want to be completely covered with water. You want to get every bit of you covered so that there's no coldness happening at all. And then you only want water on you. That's the whole thing. You just completely pour water all over you. And sometimes you run out of hot water because you've been standing there way, way too long, and you've still got shampoo in your hair. That's why always take care of your cleaning needs first. Take care of anything that you have to do, and then if you want to spend time in there. Because I'll stay in a nice warm shower even if I know I'm going to be late, because it's so cozy. It's like, I would assume it's like being in a womb, you know? I assume that's why some babies are late coming out, because it's so cozy in there. Doctors have heard them through the sonogram saying, just 5 more minutes. I'll tell you, a really good way to keep warm when you wake up in the morning is to dance. It was too risky. I thought maybe I could, but then I don't think these pants are the right kind of pants to do it. I didn't warm up. I didn't stretch enough today for this. All right, so, hey, by the way, you really are a good dancer. You're an amazing dancer. Come back any time and dance for us. This is, of course, Ashley Carroll's pager, and Andy Lassner had it last night. No beeps? Nothing went off? Okay, all right, because remember, we're waiting for Ashley's little baby boy, Ellen, to be born. She said she'll name it Ellen if I'm around. All right, so we're off of, it's November 1st, right? So we're going to tear that off, and now we're starting fresh, and there's Ashley, and waiting for the little baby to be born right there. That was enough of it. Hey, on the show today, Roseanne Barr is here. she's a domestic goddess. She is the domestic goddess. The thing about her is she's shy, and it's hard to get her out of her shell. But I love when she's here. She makes me laugh. She's smart, and if we're nice to her, we may be able to see her new music video. So let's. She's got a new music video out, and I'd like to see it myself. Also, a very funny guy, Orlando Jones, is on the show. From the animated series Father of the Pride. And now, you know how much I love animals. I talk about animals I love animals. And I've been talking about how much it's been raining here. And when it rains in LA, all hell breaks loose. It's crazy everywhere. And the LA River fills up with rushing water. They call it a river. It's not a river. It's like a canal, like an open sewer. So if you're moving here and thinking of buying riverfront property, don't. That's how they advertise it. Be careful. But it's rushing water that is very, very dangerous. People get swept up in it, and last week a dog got stuck in the water and was rescued by a firefighter. And it was on the evening news, it was national news, it was CNN. Here's when they finally got it out. Here's the firefighter and the dog being pulled out. That dog was swept 10 miles down from his house. And look at that house. That dog's like, what's going on? People stand in line for hours for something like that. All right, so on the show today, we have... on the show today, we have the firefighter who saved the dog, Alan Nioli, and the dog Bruno that went through the whole traumatic ordeal. And the dog's family is also here, and I think we got a jar of some of the water from that river. Yeah, all right. Last week we tried to call Jane Launer. You know, she was inviting me to some casino night thing in New York City for the RSVP Ellen. We got a busy signal, which I didn't even know they still had those. And then, you know, she's a third grade school teacher, and she's 7 months pregnant because she actually wrote she wanted me to be her birth count. What do you call it? Like a birth coach, but she said that other pregnant lady got to me first. That's how she put it. So she's now inviting me to casino night. I missed the thing, and she sent an email. Oh my goodness, I was teaching my third grade class this morning when the secretary buzzed up to tell me that you had read my letter. The kids and I are thrilled. Anyway, just want to give you my cell phone number in case you felt like chatting. Hope to talk to you soon, Jane. So, do I feel like chatting? All right, this is her cell phone, and I like that her secretary watches the show. Give me the runaround, Jane. She's about...
Hello?
Hey, Jane?
Yes?
It's Ellen DeGeneres calling.
No, it's not.
It is. It is. How you doing? Wait, hold on, I can't hear you. People are cheering.
Oh my goodness, the cheering is intense.
Yeah, they're cheering for you.
I like that.
How's it go? I know, it feels good, doesn't it?
It sure does.
Yeah. So what's going on? Tell me about the casino thing you're inviting me to.
Well, it's a fundraiser for a youth board, and it's a lot of fun. We have all sorts of, the different gambling and tons of food and drinks. And Grandma, Ellen, I have to tell you that Grandma called today, and she wanted me to let you know that she was practicing dancing across the coffee table.
Dancing across it, or like around it?
No, I think she's going to enjoy the straddle.
Uh-huh, the straddle, like the coffee table straddle, I call it. How old is your grandmother?
She is 86 years old.
Uh-huh. How wide is your coffee table?
I think it's a safe width, so we've had no injury reports yet, so that's good.
You tell her to be careful.
I will.
I tried it today, and I couldn't make it all the way through it.
It happens.
Yeah. All right, so, and she'll be there gambling, too?
Oh, yes. The whole family will be there and, lots of excited guests, and I think it would be a good time.
And do you blackjack and you do Texas Hold'em and stuff like that?
All your typical casino games will be there, yep.
And where is it going to be held? Where do you do this?
It's going to be on Long Island in a town called Glen Cove, and it's actually in the social room of a temple.
Okay. And how many people will be there?
How many people are going to be there? About 150 people.
150. And is there like you paid to get into this thing?
Yeah, you do, but I think we might be able to get you comped.
Okay, good. And will my drinks be comped also? I'm just curious.
They're all included.
Okay, great. All right.
And I'm going to need your help in that area.
Okay, great. And will there be daycare for my mom?
I think that there'll be plenty of available men we can hook her up with.
Okay, great. Oh, really? You can hook her up with a guy?
We might have some that we can introduce her to.
Fantastic. Let's get her married. All right. So, and your baby is due when? When is the due date?
The due date is February 2nd.
February 2nd. Okay, and do you have a name yet?
We don't have a name, but Ellen is now at the top of the list as long as, Jack comes out and remains a Jack.
Okay, good. And is it a girl or a boy? Do you know?
We don't know. We're going to be surprised.
You're going to be surprised? Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, I'm considering it. I'm seriously considering it.
I think that would be fabulous.
What's the date of it again?
It is Saturday, November 6th.
That's when I'm there. I can do it. I'm just there for the weekend, so I'll think about it. Thank you for giving us your cell phone number, and thanks for calling or emailing us.
My pleasure. Thanks for calling again.
All right. Say hi to Grandma.
I will.
All right. Bye.
Carolyn.
See you later.
Bye.
Don't go away. Roseanne Barr is going to sit here when we come back. We'll be right back. Our first guest is a very funny woman. Next week, she'll launch her first ever New York Comedy Festival. Please welcome back to the show, Roseanne Barr. You have not gone to sleep since last night.
I've been up trick-or-treating all night long.
Oh, fantastic.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
I love Halloween.
It looks like it. Now, when will you take this off? Later today, or?
I might just keep wearing it clear till my birthday, November 3rd.
Mm-hmm. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
And then you'll change to maybe a ballerina or something like that?
I'd love to be a ballerina on my birthday. I'm always a ballerina on my birthday, and on Thanksgiving, I'm a ballerina, too. I love costumes. I love to dress up.
Well, yes, I see that. So on your birthday, you're a ballerina, really?
Usually, always on my birthday, I'm a ballerina. But then I started moving the ballerina to be more like a Thanksgiving thing for some reason.
What's that got to do with
Well,
pilgrims?
because when I got these eggs implanted in my uterus when I had my little boy who's 9, that happened on Thanksgiving. And I started doing the, I started dressing
I'm trying to connect
ballerina.
some of these things. I at some point think something will match up.
Okay. I just dressed I dressed as a ballerina for Thanksgiving 9 years ago, and it just was a lucky thing because I did get pregnant.
Oh, I see.
So I've continued to do the ballerina on Thanksgiving, whereas I used to always do it on my birthday, but now I think it's more a pirate on my birthday.
Now, do you have...
That look was good.
Thanks. So now, do you have like a ship that you would... Do you pretend like you were on a pirate ship around the neighborhood, too?
Yeah, it's so cool. My son-in-law, he's, our whole family's a little bit
Oh, you do have a ship.
He went around in the garbage for 6 months. My son-in-law's gone all around L.A. looking at people's garbage to, collect stuff to make a big pirate ship out of, and it's awesome. He's been building it for months, and it's really cool. It's got turrets, and smoke comes out. We really go all out for Halloween in our family.
So, where is the ship kept?
In his front yard.
All right. Of course it is.
Yeah.
How big is the ship about?
It's huge. It's like he collected about 2,000 pallets, when you move.
Right.
And he made stacked pallets up. It's about 8 feet high and about 20 feet long. So it's like a huge project.
How do the neighbors feel about that?
The neighbors are totally into it too, because it's for kids. You know, you're
Yes,
allowed to be crazy on Halloween.
But then it'll come down?
Well, they think so, but you know, that's when the surprise really comes in.
Now, this is who? This is your brother-in-law?
No, my son-in-law.
Your son-in-law.
Yeah.
And how old is he?
He's 27.
And his name is Noah, I assume?
No, that's the Ark.
I know, well, it's a ship, right?
No, the Ark and pirate ship, you're getting your Bible mixed up
No.
with your...
Well, I know, but a ship is a ship.
Well, that's true. But there's no
Isn't it?
animals in the pirate ship.
So now, do your grandchildren play on the ship? That would be fun, right?
Yes, and when the neighbor kids come, we take them right in the garage where there's a great big treasure thing, you know, treasure chest, and they get to pick out their own candy, of which I brought some.
I had something earlier.
Oh,
It's gone. Thank you very much.
You're
and
very
so this
welcome.
is a huge little treasure chest thing.
yeah, and they get to pick out a present and the candies and stuff in the backyard in the garage.
That's really fun.
It's fun.
a
Halloween
fun-
is really a fun time.
Now, last time you were here, you were telling us about, is Buck your grandson?
No, he's my son.
Your son. And how
My
old?
son is 9, my grandson is 4.
Okay.
So that makes me the official queen of all trailer trash. And I'm having another grandkid.
You are.
Yeah, I'm very
Congratulations.
excited. Thank you.
Congratulations. And when is the baby due?
It's due in May. She's just barely, you know.
Now, who was the one that was cursing all the time? Your grandson or Buck? That was last
No, that's my grandson. He says terrible things, and you know, you're supposed to tell him to stop. But it's funny, so I laugh and that encourage, you know. So I'm in trouble with the parents and him.
Now, and Buck is doing, he's 9. He's doing well? He's in school?
He's doing real nice. Going to school. We're doing 3 hours of homework every night. I'm
Wow.
ready to sue the entire government. Why? What is the homework thing? And it's stuff that I never even did. He's only in 4th grade, and he's doing like convex parallelograms, and I never even did.
Has nothing to do with it.
What is that?
I don't know. One of the reasons I don't want to have children is they'd come to me to help them, and I have no idea. I don't know what any of that is.
I don't know either, so I have to actually go and sit in the class and try to learn something.
Are you going to school with him seriously?
I do go a few times a week, yeah, because I mean,
In
what else
fourth
am I
gra-
going
You're
to do?
sitting with 4th graders? And
Yeah. What else am I going to do? I can't, you know, I don't know how to do
do
it.
you have a little desk and everything?
No, I sit on a table in the back.
Don't be silly. I sit on a table in the back.
I can't fit in the
That's
desk.
hilarious. You're in school, 4th grade. All right, we have to
It's
take a break.
fun at school.
When we come back, we want to show you have a CD and a DVD and a book and all kinds of things out, right?
Yeah, cool. Well, I will have it out soon.
All right. We'll should we do it now? We'll bump in with a clip, we'll go to commercial, and we'll come back and talk about it. We're back with Roseanne Barr. She's telling me how comfortable that outfit is. Now, this came out of your breast area also.
Yes, it did. I
there's-
have more, too.
There are many candies in there. Oh, wow,
Yes.
you're keeping a lot of stuff
I
in there.
do, yeah.
That can't really be comfortable.
Oh, no, it's stretchy.
Oh, okay.
It's fine.
All right. Now, so tell me about the children's CD. That's what we were watching before we went to commercial?
Yeah, well, that's my son, Buck, that's co-starring in there, and my grandson and our neighbor kids, because, you know, I don't have to pay any of them, so it's cool.
That's the way to do it.
And it's just fun. I
Yeah.
have a studio, and we just go in there and film stuff. And how it started was, you know, I'm doing this whole album of kids' songs to try to, you know, teach kids something good, because they're the adults of the future.
Yes.
And I don't want them to, like, put me in prison or, like, rest home or anything. And so I'm trying to, like, be involved with teaching them good things.
Like don't eat too many donuts.
Yeah. Well, the donut farm thing is about way too much of anything isn't good for you.
Right.
That's the point there when, you know, shoving all.
Yes.
Plus, it's an excuse for me to shove a lot of
Right.
donuts down my.
So,
But
all right.
do as I say,
Yeah.
not as I do.
Right, exactly. You're taking a huge bite of something that looks delicious. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Now, tell me about the New York Comedy Festival. You're hosting this. And is this
No, I'm performing.
You're performing.
Yeah, which I'm so excited because I've never done stand-up in New York City in
Ever?
all my career. No.
Do you still do it on a regular? When's the last time you did stand up though?
Well, it's just I've been doing it for the past year. It was 14 years where I didn't do it because I was doing that show.
Right.
Then I just got stage fright for about 5 years. So I just made myself keep on doing it.
So you have been doing it recently, but just not in New York.
Over the last year, I've been like going to little towns and like, you know, doing it again. But I'm real excited to go to New York because I never have been there.
Well,
as
if you
a
can make it
stand-up.
there, you can make it anywhere.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's up to you, New York.
Yeah, it is.
New York is so pivotal in my whole like thing of changing my life and becoming, you know, more happy and stuff like that.
It's all on them.
Well, should I tell the story or you don't want me to?
Well, I don't know the story.
Oh, it's a long one.
Oh, well, I don't know if we have time.
Yeah, you probably don't have time.
Can you tell it the next time?
Sure.
And you can tell me after this.
Well, I just want to say like this. When I turned on the TV and saw, you know, like I had been sitting in my room real depressed and not doing anything, and I turned on the TV September 13th and saw what happened 2 days before. Like, I didn't even know September 11th happened till September 13th. That's how out of it I was.
Wow.
Can you imagine?
No, I can't.
And I saw what happened, and I was like, oh, my God, I got to get back into life. Look what happens when you're not. So then I was like, I'm going to, like, you know, and I saw the people in New York going out of their way to being nice to each other and stuff, and it just really moved me. And I'm like, I'm going to be part of that. So, like, I started to do stand-up again with, like, thinking someday I'd get to New York and, like, get to say all this stuff about not bowing out, but staying part of, you know.
Good. Well, good for you. All
What
right.
did I just say?
About being part of the solution.
Oh, okay.
All right. The first annual New York Comedy
Thank
Festival
you.
is November 9th through the 13th. Orlando Jones joins us after this. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Jensen Jay is on Mad TV. Our next guest has gone on to star in such films as The Replacements and Drumline. He's now the voice of Snack the Gopher on NBC's Father of the Pride. Take a look. Please welcome the very funny Orlando Jones. Very soft, cute little pants. I like the bottoms. Cute. Very, very cute.
You know, my mom's still dressing me.
Yeah, well, she's got good taste then.
She does.
All right, so we said hello someplace. I don't know if we've met, but hello officially.
Hi. Yeah, I think I saw you in the gym. I think we were both pumping iron and trying not to look so horrible.
I'm not sure if I was pumping iron, but I don't know that I pump iron.
I'm just saying what I saw.
Yeah, it's not called pumping iron when you're basically it's just like that. I picture pumping iron when you're down on your back.
When you're down on your back?
Yeah.
Well, there's got to be a term for it when you're laterally trying to lift weights.
Yeah, and I don't think I was doing that.
I'm just saying what I saw. Once again, I'm not arguing the case.
All right, all right. Now, and you're also, I'm from New Orleans. You're from the South as well, right?
I'm from South Carolina. So I grew up in Mobile, Alabama, and went to school at College of Charleston. And do you know Rich's department store? Do you know this store?
I've heard of it, yeah, yeah.
Well, I actually just got a bill from them, and you just reminded me of that. And I haven't had an account at Rich's in a very, very long time, since I was in college, and they pretty much handed you a credit card and said, screw up your credit, kid, don't worry about it. So I got a bill from them, and it's for Waterford Crystal, and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, I used to live in the South. I've just been living out here for a while. Why do I have this bill? And I realized my mother has just gone shopping on my account. So, Mom, I know you're watching, so I'm going to get to the bottom of the story right now. So my mother bought Waterford Crystal on my account, and she somehow went into Rich's and reopened my Rich's account. And I realized, so I called her, I said, Mom, how did you do that? She goes, well, I'm your mother. I know when you were born. I know your social security number. I pretended to be your wife. And I go, but why did you buy Waterford Crystal? She goes, baby, when Waterford Crystal is 75% off, you do whatever you have to do to get it. It's unbelievable.
You should actually, you're on the wrong talk show. You should be on People's Court or something like that, getting this settled, but I enjoy the story. But that's illegal. That's not right that she did that.
Believe me, it's deeply illegal, but I actually talked to her before on my way here, and I said, Mom, what's the deal? I've got this bill now. Do you want me to pay it? And she goes, well, no, but yes, because my birthday's coming up. And you just got me my present.
Yeah.
So, you're welcome, Mom.
She's clever. Now, so she still lives there?
Yeah, she lives in South Carolina.
And does your whole family live there still? Or?
Yeah, my mother, my father, and my great-grandmother who just passed last year.
How old was she?
She was actually 101
Wow.
years old. Yeah.
Wow. That's a good long time.
Yeah, she was a feisty 100. When she turned 100, she was consistently going to look for the mail every day. So when I was home, she'd say, my name's Orlando, but my entire life she called me Olanda. So I would get, I don't know why, I was like, Olanda, and I'd say, ma'am. She'd go, did the mail come yet? And I'd say, no, ma'am. Did you check the mail? Yes, ma'am. Well, did it come yet? No, ma'am. So I'd say, well, dear, are you expecting some mail? And she'd say, well, usually when a fella's asking about the mail, a fella is expecting some mail. So a fella is her term for anyone who needs something.
And what was she expecting? What was?
She was waiting for her letter from the president, because you get a letter from the president of the United States when you turn 100 years old.
And
So
she didn't get one?
She did not get a letter from the president, and she was very upset about it. She's the least partisan person I've ever known. So I said, what was you looking for? She said, well, the president didn't send me a letter, and I was looking for that letter, and I didn't get one. Now, that Dwight D. Eisenhower, he was a good man. Great. Good to know.
Didn't you just want to send something to her to make her think she got something?
I did. I bought her some diamond earrings for her 101st, and she was one of those ladies that everything should be small, and she tried to give it back to me. Then this is too much. You shouldn't. This is too much money. Put that in the bank and take care of yourself and start a family. Is you gonna start a family at some point? So I thought buying a second gift might be a little much, but she's a great lady. I miss her.
What a great family. Well, no wonder your mother's going out and buying herself Waterford Crystal. Like you're giving diamonds out and stuff. She wants that too.
You only get one family, so I figured they put up with my crap my entire life. The least I could do.
Well, that's sweet of you. All right. Well, listen, it's good seeing you. Good having you here.
Thanks
Nice. Next time I see you, I'll. I don't know that I pump iron. I don't know that you saw me. But anyway, Father of the Pride airs Tuesdays at 9 o'clock on NBC. Firefighter Alan Nioli, who made the amazing rescue, is going to be here after this. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Firefighters, police officers, and paramedics risk their lives every day to help others, but sometimes people aren't the only ones in danger. Just a few days ago, our next guest and his fellow crew members from Fire Station 114 dramatically rescued a dog named Bruno from drowning in the Los Angeles River. Please welcome a true hero, Alan Nioli. Costume you're wearing. I like that. Now, I'm very, I cried when I saw this. First of all, you don't just do this. Tell us what you do just in general.
In general, I'm assigned to Fire Station 114 as a firefighter paramedic. Our primary responsibility there is search and rescue. And what you saw on television is just one of the options of rescues we can perform, which basically means they lower me on a cable. If I can effect the rescue without still being hooked up to the helicopter, I'll try and do that. Sometimes that's not an option, where I still maintain contact with the helicopter.
Do you have a radio or something you're talking back and forth to them?
A lot of times you use hand signals because I usually need both hands free. And being able to operate a radio at the same time, sometimes it really doesn't work well with the operation.
Okay, so tell us what happens. You get a call that there's a dog in a river, or?
Well, I didn't know a dog was in the river. We got the call as a swift water rescue deployment. And that could range from anything to a search, to an actual sighting of a victim in the river, to, in this case, a dog being in the channel. I wasn't aware of that part of the information. The alarms went off, the assignments are made, and our job is to get to the helicopter, suit up, get our equipment on, check each other for safety, and off we go. In the air is when I was told that this is a dog that's in the river. I wonder how this dog got in the river.
Right. Did you see it as soon as you were over it in the helicopter? Did you see it floating?
Not directly. We never got to that point. We actually got dispatched further down the line, and we actually went down the river, turned around, and came back. And it was at that point we saw the dogs in the tunnel.
In a tunnel.
Right.
Okay, so you're lowered down, and how far in the tunnel was it? Because you could see it earlier. We didn't show the whole footage. It
Right.
was right there. Was it right there waiting for you?
At the beginning, it was.
All right, that's you trying to
Okay,
get
this,
it.
yeah, this is toward the end of the rescue where I already have the dog
How long
secured
did
in
it
a
take you to
harness.
get to that point where you're getting him off out of the water?
At that point,
Yeah, when
it
you
usually
started
takes
being lifted.
about 15 to 20 seconds.
No. How long had you been trying to get the dog?
Secured?
Yeah, before you.
Well, there's a bunch of things that happened in the meantime. I had him secured at the very beginning, but he decided he didn't want to be in that little contraption that I have, which is a rescue triangle. And when I let him up a little bit, he decided he wanted out and turned right around and everything kind of fell apart. So it was at that point where I had to try and get him back in it. At the same time, hold on to the cable that was attached to the helicopter and try and work with the dog, getting him in the rescue triangle, getting him hooked up to the
And he's a heavy
cable.
dog too. He's not like a little chihuahua.
Yeah, right.
Those are easy to rescue. You can just like get a goldfish net or something like
Well,
that and scoop them out.
I'm glad it wasn't a Rottweiler.
Yeah. Well, I mean.
Or a pit bull.
Yeah. Well, but because you could see he was a really sweet dog.
He was.
Was he scared to death? Was he shaking?
He was shaking, but I think he was cold and tired more than anything else. He was willing to work with me, even though I can't quite speak his language. He kind of followed me along as I pulled him around and made him sit down. And he just kind of went along with the whole thing.
When you first saw him, did you start talking to him right away to try to calm him down?
I think there's just too much noise from the helicopter. I really didn't say a whole lot to the dog,
Yeah.
except pull on his choke chain. And I think he understood that when I kept pulling on his choke chain.
Oh, so you didn't go, come here, little wet doggy. You didn't.
Well, I tried it first. He didn't come.
I'm telling you, firefighters, all of you, you should have some sausages with you just all the time. You don't know. You never know when you're going to meet them. All right. When we come back, we're going to meet the family of the dog who was rescued, and a little later on, maybe meet the sweet little dog. So we'll be right back right after this. We're back with firefighter Alan Nioli, and now let's meet the family of Bruno the dog that he rescued. Say hello to Marion, Christopher, and Samantha Marino, please. The part of the story that most people don't know, that we just found out also, is that Bruno was not the only dog that fell into the river. You had two dogs.
Yes, we had two dogs.
Bruno and Bear?
Yes.
Okay, so you all of a sudden find out they're missing how?
I had walked out to feed the dogs, and I realized that the gate was open. And I went to go look for them around the yard, and I didn't find them anywhere. And I told my husband, the dogs are missing. And he's like, what do you mean? And I said, you left the gate open, you know, slightly, not for very long. And we went out to go search for them.
And it was raining.
It was raining.
It's when a lot of dogs get lost, because the wind blows gates open, and they're confused, and they don't have the smell to find their way back. And
Right. We searched for about 2 hours for them in the rain, and finally just gave up.
So, and you thought, because one of them had a chip, and you thought they'd be found and somebody would call you, right?
Yes.
Okay, so then you get a call from the animal shelter saying we found Bear.
Right. They had told me, we found your dog Bear. He was just rescued by a firefighter. He's doing just fine. And I said, well, did you happen to see that there was another dog with him? And the firefighter said, yes, but we weren't able to get to him. So at this point, I'm thinking the other dog drowned.
So you think that one drowned, and didn't she tell you to watch the news or something because they caught the other one, Bear, going up some steps or something?
He said, Bear's real famous. Why don't you flip on the channel, and you'll see him, his rescue being held. So I flipped on the channel, and lo and behold, it was Bruno being rescued. I was like...
So you all of a sudden, and you're watching too at the same time?
Yeah.
You're watching this, looking for your other dog, and thinking that this dog drowned, and you're all of a sudden breaking news, watching your other dog get rescued.
Yeah.
How about that? That must have been amazing, huh? These dogs, they're hams, these dogs, trying to get on TV. Both of them had to do separately so that they'd have equal time.
Exactly.
But the other one just got out on his own. He climbed out up a ladder, right?
No, actually, a firefighter went down to.
Oh, got him.
Yeah, and got
but
him.
it wasn't
was
as
real
dramatic.
easy.
He didn't
Yeah.
fly like Bruno. Bruno got a little helicopter ride.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you're happy to have your dogs back, I'm sure.
Yes.
Very.
And everybody's going to put double locks on those gates.
Definitely.
All right. Yeah, I noticed your husband's not here. He left it open.
He's in trouble.
All right. No, I'm sure he feels really bad about that. All right, so what we want to do for everybody, to thank you, we're adopting, I know we can't give gifts to fire stations, but we're adopting Fire Station 114, and the entire fire department with guests will go to Morton Steakhouse for dinner, and you're all going to get a 42-inch plasma TV from crazygazer.com, so you can watch your rescues on a plasma TV in your... We're going to meet the famous dogs for one more thing right after this. We'll be right back. Oh, and one more thing. I'd like you to meet Bruno. This is Bruno right here, and this is Bear. And we've gotten them this huge basket of all the pet products that they're ever going to need from Cloudstar. Look at all that stuff. They have some biscuits that I'm giving them right now, which they seem to like. And Bruno can't get enough of them, actually. And then just in case they get in trouble again, we've gotten them their own little life preservers that they can get in. And they're actually dog life preservers that you should just keep them full time, no matter if it's raining or not. Just keep them on these dogs. So, and you can see there's bandages on Bruno here and on Bear's back leg. What do they think is going on with these two?
They think he might have broken a toe.
Broken a toe.
in the process.
And then Bear?
His nails were all the way shaved down so far
From
back.
trying to get out of the
Yeah,
cement?
he was bleeding.
And they've been sleeping ever since they came home, or what? They're pretty mellow right now.
Yeah, pretty much. This is how they've been since I've come home.
And you said they're more needy. They seem to not want to leave your side.
Yeah, they are very.
Wow.
very
And
much so.
Labs are water dogs, but I don't think he's going to like water after this. He's not going to want to go anywhere near
I
it.
don't think so.
That is a sweet, sweet dog. And
They
Bear
both are.
seems very, and they're both rescue? They're,
Bear's a rescue, and we brought Bruno from a private owner.
No.
We bought him from a private
that's
owner.
great.
Yeah.
They're sweet dogs. All right, I'm just going to give you one more. I don't want to be held accountable if they have tummy aches, but I think they deserve it after this. I want to thank Roseanne Barr, Orlando Jones. Orlando? It's Orlando Jones, Alan Naioli, and the Marino family. Tomorrow, Kevin James and Shannon Doherty will be here. We'll see you tomorrow.